Hello students, today we are going to discuss the classification of advertising. Here we will discuss three types of advertising. First one, advertising intended for the customers or advertising given to the customers. Second one, advertising given to business and profession, and the third one, non-product advertising. Advertising may be classified in different ways. Several scholars and the academic practitioners, they have suggested the different means or ways to classify the advertisement, which will help the marketer to promote their product in certain manner. There are mainly three types or three categories of advertisement. First one is intended to customers. It is given to arouse their interest, desire, and finally stimulate the purchase action. Second category is for the business and profession. It is not for the ultimate consumers but for the middleman business profession, or you can say this is also known as the B2B advertisement or business to business advertisement. Third category, it is a non-product advertising. This kind of advertising does not attempt to promote sales, but they want to create an image for the customers, for the company, or for its brand. So today, let us start with our first category or classification of advertising. First category or classification of advertising is advertising given to the ultimate consumers, that is final consumers. There are 7 kinds of advertisement are there which is given or issued for the ultimate consumers. First one, classified advertisement. Second one, display advertisement. Third one, national advertisement. Fourth one, retail advertisement. Fifth one, cooperative advertisement. Sixth one, end product advertisement. And the last one, direct response advertisement. All these 7 types of advertisement are given to the consumers. So let us start with our first category of the advertisement. First one is classified advertisement and second one is display advertisement. I'll discuss these two together. These two types, classified advertisement and display advertisements, are carried in the print media. Classified advertisements basically appear under the classified heads on subjects like matrimonial, purchase and sale of land, automobiles, etc., legal notices, recruitment, births and deaths, all these things. So these are known as the classified advertisement. Second category, which is similar in nature, also comes in the print media, is display advertisement. Display advertisement offers pages or section of pages for display of the advertisement under the classified head together according to subjects. For example, tenders, notices, hotels, restaurants, etc., which come in newspapers, directories or yellow pages of the telephone directories. Third category after the classified advertisement and display advertisement comes national advertisement. Big corporate houses or big giants like ITC, HUL, Godrej, Tata, Birla, Amul, all these companies, they issue advertisement in the national media to attack the national consumers. They give this advertisement on the basis of their corporate strength and brand identity and the brand strength also. This is basically given to promote the overall organizational name or the organization as a whole. It is not for the particular product, it is as a whole for the company. After these 3 kinds, classified advertisement, display advertisement and national advertisement, now I am coming to the fourth one. Fourth category is the retail advertisements. From the name itself you can understand that these advertisements are given by the large format retailers. They issue advertisements to promote important retail or outlets or the retail points. So often you will find that large format retailers, national ways such as Shoppers Stop, Weekender, Pantaloons, Big Bazaar, Reliance Trend, all these companies, they actually issue ads to promote a certain retail outlets. Fifth one, which is intended for the customers or which is given to the customer, is cooperative advertisements. From the name itself you can understand it is cooperative since maybe it needs some cooperation of each other. In this type of advertisements, the company and the dealer together they issue advertisements in regional media where the cost is shared among them. They share the advertisement and it is given with the full cooperation with the manufacturer. Generally, dealer provides the advertisement or dealer issue the advertisements or in full cooperation of the manufacturer with a supportive cooperative message. Cost is shared between them, between these two, manufacturer and as well as the dealer also. Next one I am coming, that is end product advertising. End product advertising means this type of advertisement has a special feature. Sometimes the advertiser promotes the product although the advertiser does not produce the product, but the advertiser produces the intermediate product which is an essential ingredients of the end product. For example, steel company advertising for the automobile, though the steel company does not produce automobile, but they are actually advertising for the automobile so that they can promote their intermediate product, that is steel. Last one, that is direct response advertising. This type of advertising is provided to seek the response from the customers. It is given to the customers. Often you will find in the back of the page packaging, it is sometimes the company gives a toll free number, or sometimes with the book the company gives a detachable order sheet or some response sheet. This type of advertisement is given for the consumers to respond by giving some comments or by placing order with the advertiser. Best example, if you ask me, some bookseller attaching the sheet with the book, seeking comments, or attaching the detachable sheet so that the customer can give the order with the consumers. Now students, we are coming to the second category, second classification, that is advertisement to business and profession. This type of advertisements are given to the middlemen, business and profession. It is more like a B2B or business to business advertising. There are 4 types of advertisements which is intended for the business and profession. First one, let us start today, that is trade advertising. Trade advertisement is designed to promote the products to resellers or retailers so that they can promote the products to the customers ultimately. This prompts the wholesalers to stock the product. This type of advertisement is very popular with the multi-product company where the retailers or the resellers act as a nodal point for holding the buffer stock for the assorted products. For example, Coca-Cola's advertisement to the trade magazine is given to promote the products to the food store manager. The main objectives of this advertisement was to promote Coca-Cola distribution in proper and efficient manner. A second category is industrial advertising. It is also known as business to business advertising, or in short B2B advertising. It is used by the industry or the business houses where customer is industry and the product is specified and the technical nature. The product is machine, specialized components and equipment. The media is preferably the specialized journal where advertisement focuses mainly on specifications and quality and economy of the product. It is mainly given to promote the functionality of the product. The cost is little high, so that's why it is given, this type of advertisement is given to the specified customers where customers are identified. Company wants to promote the specification, economy, utility of the product. Now students, we have come to the third category, that is professional advertisement. This type of advertisement is given to the people who are in profession to promote the products to the ultimate consumers or end consumers. Often you must have seen the end products are not sold to the ultimate consumers, but through professionals who take the buying decision on behalf of the ultimate consumers. Some examples, medicine sold through the doctors, books sold through the teachers, and furniture and building materials sold through the architects. So the companies of that advertised product issue the advertisement to these professionals, not to the ultimate consumers, who takes buying decision on behalf of the consumers, so that these professionals, that doctors, architects, teachers, they can promote the product to the ultimate consumers. This is given to them so that they can push the products to the ultimate consumers, and ultimately the company can increase its sales. That is a basic purpose of professional advertising. Now I'm coming to this third last category, that is corporate and institutional advertising. Very important in today's competitive era, how the companies create brand, how the companies build brand, and how the companies acquire new customers as well as retain the old customers. Companies use corporate and institutional advertising more often, and it is more true in this today's competitive market driven economy. This corporate advertising is used by the company to create and promote a particular identity, brand identity, and image for the company. These advertisements are used by the corporate houses to as a part of the public relation campaign to create an image and clear and clean image about the company. This is part of the public relation campaign of any company to create a clear, ethical, and social image about the company. The main thrust of this advertisement is on creating an image, a faith in the customer's mind about the company as a credible, ethical, efficient, well managed, and a socially desirable company. Different companies have used it. Most of the corporate houses in today's world, they are using this corporate advertising to create the corporate image about themselves. For example, Tata, ITC, Reebok, Amul, they have achieved the good corporate image and socially responsible company image by using this kind of advertising. There are three types of corporate and institutional advertising the company issue and the company use to create the corporate image, which can differentiate the company from other competitors' products. First one is image advertising. The company wants to create an image. That's why the company uses this kind of advertising. The company wants to create and build an image in the customer's mind as an ethical, sustainable, good corporate citizen. So that's why they use this type of advertisement. Because it's a part of the public relation campaign, I already told you, the company sponsors different shows, different events, and they associate themselves with these events so that they can create a good corporate image. Best example at the moment I remember, that is Bournvita, the health drink company. They actually sponsor a health drink company by the Cadbury's. They sponsor a quiz show named Bournvita Quiz Contest, which is conducted by the Derek O'Brien. There are many shows, Femina Miss India, then Hero Cricket Cup, ICC World Cricket Cup. You can find out that the company associate themselves with that event, and company wants to create that a different identity to the customers, so that customers indirectly believe in company, the customers indirectly have faith in company, and ultimately their turnover is increased. The third category we have come to, which is non-product advertising. Non-product advertising are of 7 types, or 7 kinds of non-product advertising are there. But before that, what is non-product advertising? Generally, every company promotes for their product, for the sale of their product, and ultimately profit. But here we are telling that non-product advertising. What is non-product advertising? When a company tries to promote an idea that it considered is important, then they issue or they use or they engage in such kind of advertising. It focuses on aspects which is not in the or beyond the normal company operation. There is 7 kinds of non-product advertisement. It does not try to sell the product, but it tries to sell certain kind of ideas of the companies to the common people, and ultimately to clear an image or to create an image, corporate image of the company in the customer's mind, which will ultimately help them to sell their product efficiently and in a better manner, in a sustaining way also. First kind of non-product advertising is idea advertising. The company uses this type of advertisement to influence the special interest group and public opinion. They take up some idea and they promote the idea to the people so that the society can be benefited from that. There are many examples starting from environmental issues, population explosion, natural deforestation, road safety, child labor, human rights, equal status of women or women empowerment. Second category is service advertising. Advertising fundamentals in case of service advertising is same as the product advertising, but service has some features which makes it difficult for the service provider to advertise a product. Services have some characteristics which is different from the product. First one, services are intangible. You cannot touch the service. You cannot understand before purchasing how the service would be. Second one, it is inseparable from the service provider. Unlike product, in product case we are buying the product, we are not buying the producer of the product. But in service, we are actually buying the service after looking at the service provider. Services, you cannot own the service. Otherwise, whatever I am teaching here, I cannot teach in some other place because it is owned by you. But it is not so. Service ownership is not possible. And the most important one, services are perishable in nature. You cannot store the service. Today I am buying one soap, I am buying one shampoo. I am actually storing it. After 6 months, within the expiry date, I can use it at any time. For service, I cannot do that thing. Service production and consumption should be simultaneous at a time. I cannot store the service. So services are perishable in nature. For that thing, service advertising is very difficult. But still, the companies give the service advertisement and they use some kind of testimonials to evoke customer confidence. Some brands advertise the brands also, ATMs also, in terms of quick and round-the-clock service to customers. Next category of non-product advertising is political advertising. Political advertisings are often used by the political leaders to promote their parties' propaganda, they promote their parties' ideologies, all these things. It's a component of the political campaigns and uses various media including speeches. Next one I'm coming, next two category, together I'll explain, that is primary demand advertising and selective demand advertising. Why together I'll explain, because these two are part of the product advertising, two part of the product advertising. Primary demand advertising aims at informing customers about what is a product, what it does, how it is used, where it can be purchased and so on. The aim of such advertising is to introduce the product to the customers and hence the name primary. For example, the advertiser can issue the advertisement to promote and to encourage the customers to consume milk, only milk, generic product, not from any brand. That's why it will come under the primary demand advertising. Second category, that is another part of the product advertising, it is secondary demand advertising, or sometimes it is also known as selective demand advertising. It is made or it is issued or it is used by the companies to promote the differentiated demand for a particular brand within the product category. The object is to promote a particular brand to the consumers. For example, in case of milk, if promotion of milk comes under the primary demand advertising, in a category of milk, the company suppose wants to promote Mother Dairy, or company wants to promote Thacker's Dairy, the company wants to promote Metro Dairy, there are Amul. So then it is coming under the selective demand advertising. Primary demand means it is more generic, selective demand is more specific. Primary demand means they are talking about the product as a commodity, they want to produce, they want to say and that you use this product. And selective or secondary demand means they actually promote the brand, particular brand. Next category of non-product advertisement is surrogate advertisement. Now what is surrogate advertisement? Surrogate means substitute. Often two products go together. One is socially undesirable and another one is desirable. So when the company cannot promote the socially undesirable product, the company takes the help of the desirable one. For example, when whiskey or cigarette is not promoted or encouraged, cannot be encouraged by the company to promote. So in that thing, a surrogate, a substitute product like soda, the company uses to promote the product because soda goes with whiskey. So in case of the advertising, when the company is actually advertising for the soda, indirectly they are advertising for the whiskey also, though whiskey advertising and promotion is not allowed. So in that case, soda advertising is coming under the surrogate advertising. Last category of non-product advertising, transitional advertising. We cannot say it's a type, but still we are discussing because it's the recent evolution in the history of advertising. Transitional advertising. If you look at our life, everything is changing. Change is the only constant thing in our life. So advertising is not static also. No advertisement or campaign or advertising for a product can remain static or remain fixed. This is because of the two reasons. First, the environment is changing. First, the environment is dynamic or the environment is changing. The markets change, the customer profile change, income, age, gender of the target customer, everything is changed. So we may say that the market and the environment is in the endless process of transition. When the marketer notices this flux situation or this upheaval, he has to change the focus of the advertisement also. And the second reason is the constant need of the company to reposition the product. Even a popular product or the established brand equity often gets stale and static over years of usage. So the company needs to reposition the product to give a fresh look. For that thing, the company changes the product and creates a new brand identity. So that is also coming under the transitional advertising. So students, we have come to the last part of this lecture of the name classification of advertising. We have learned, we have understood the many nuances of the advertising, many types of advertising the companies uses, marketer uses, but mostly we have to remember that nothing is fixed, everything is changing. So advertiser also changes the face of the advertising, different types of advertising, because it's a very lively subject and is a social subject also. Maybe due to these changes, many new advertisements in the recent coming age, after 5 years, 10 years, many another new advertisements will come up also. But for the timing, this is the advertisement and these are the types we have discussed. Thank you.